to donate to the... You look like you might want to donate their manager of the champion. What you got in your... What's in your wallets?
I don't have anything for you.
Come on, Chairman.
You got something?
No.
What is that? Looks like some change, sir. Look, this man right here has 2 pennies in his hand. He's willing to give his entire savings to me right here. But what a beautiful day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad. And can I get a amen? Tonight is the debut of the good word. That's my talk show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you see, Al Snow here at OVW, he's a little cheapskate. Doesn't like to pay his own tithes, let alone get a brother a set, a chair, a couch. Where's my Tron? I don't have any of that. But to make up for that, I'm going to have Eric here go around and pass the plate around so you all can here we go. So you all can start paying your tithes and stop being sinners and help me build a set. Let's call it the Building Fund. Now,
Smart move.
I'm bringing this show for you people to bring everybody together, There's so much strife in the world, There's so much madness. There's all kind of disease, But every Tuesday here, Reverend Ronnie Roberts will come out here, And he will preach, and he will teach, and he will bring the world together. I can only assume that we got big money coming to the collection plate. And he will bring the world together, and I will, even the unwashed masses, like yourself, even the filthiest, dirtiest sinners of all time are welcome here. Now, with that said, my first guest this evening, you leave that right there, brother, and don't touch it again. I might have to lay hands on you. My first guest this evening, you may know him as the former Bro God. He is OVW superstar Dustin Jackson. COVID season, back on up some. Yeah, back it up, just back it up. Back it up. COVID season, 6 feet. 6 feet. Back it up. Back it up. Now, Dustin Jackson here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this guy. Doesn't he look great? He's amazing. Look at listen. All the teeny bottles out there, you need to put a shirt on though, because they're thinking sinful thoughts right now. But I brought you out here because when I first came to OVW, you stood out. I said, who is this young man here? You're fighting for the heavyweight title. You were clawing. You clawed your way all the way to the top. And then you fell down, as that gentleman just said. Could you tell us about you coming up short for the top title here at OVW?
You know, I did fail coming up for that championship.
Listen to this man. This man admits he is an absolute and complete failure. Hey, man, it takes a big man to admit that you're a scumbag. It takes a big man for that. Now, with that said, you failed in your attempt to climb the mountain to get to the top of the singles division. But we also have a tag team division, amen. And you found yourself a partner. You and Ryan Howe fought, and you clawed, and you scraped, and you made your way pretty far in the tag team tournament, amen.
Yeah, you know, me and Ryan Howe.
You and Ryan Howe and I, first of all, now you got there and you had the tag titles in your hands, but once again, you let it slip through like water. Apparently, they say it's Ryan Howe's fault. What does Dustin Jackson say?
You know, I don't understand where you're going with this, Ronnie.
Well, let me tell you where I'm going with this. We're going straight to heaven, amen. That's where we're going, I'm trying to help you because you're a failure. You admitted yourself. You had a shot at the heavyweight title. you had a shot at the tag team title. And then Saturday, just this last Saturday, you told everybody in here that you were going to win the Rumble, become champion. And once again, you fell short.
You know what, Ronnie? I did fail. But you know what? That's coming a lot from a guy who has never achieved anything in OVW except for running his mouth. And let me tell you something. I might fail and I might fall, but every time I fall, I'm going to get my ass right back up because these people depend on me. Louisville depends on me. And I won't let some sucker like you tell me that I suck and that I'm a failure.
That's not how you talk to a pastor.
So let me tell you something. You can put that in your damn collection plate.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the debut episode of Pro Wrestling Power Hour, and I am your host, Tyree Brown. During the next hour, we will be watching Mahabali Shahira, Charlie Haas, AJ Styles, Private Party, Jacob Fatu, and a pit match, and much, much more. But first, let's start with today's news. This week, the wrestling world was talking about The Undertaker's recent comments about the wrestlers of today. During his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he said, "It's tough right now for me to enjoy the product because the product has changed so much and it's kind of soft. I'll probably piss a lot of people off, but they need to hear it. It is what it is." He also said the days of men being men were gone, and that's today's WWE superstars is busier playing video games and looking pretty versus handling their business like men. Now that's mean like going over the matches and stuff like that. But let's continue. Here is what some of today's wrestlers had to say about Undertaker's comments. Cedric Maxwell tweeted, "I enjoy video games and looking good." Aiden English also tweeted, "I understand where someone from his era and time thinks this. Nothing but the utmost respect. However, in the 2020s, I think it's amazing. It's a lot of fun and a camaraderie for the locker room. Would you rather we do drugs? Trent Beretta from AEW jokingly tweeted, "Bad take. The Undertaker needs to be put in jail." And Joey Janela, he always has something to say, tweeted this, "I'm going to buy a PlayStation 5 and immediately bury it in the dirt to show my allegiance to the BSK and legends of the locker room past." So, what do you think of Undertaker's comments? Is he being fair to this new generation or not? Please leave your comments down below. Right now, we are going to Louisville, Kentucky, home of Ohio Valley Wrestling, where Mr. Let's Make Wrestling Great Again, Coda Jacobs, has an open challenge.
And look at the haircut.
You gotta give him credit on the quality sign, too.
Clean as a whistle, this guy. Listen up, he's got something to say.
My fellow Americans,
He's talking about you, Brad.
allow me to formally introduce myself to you. My name is Coda Jacobs, the innovator, the crusader, the pioneer, and the visionary behind the most monumental movement in professional wrestling today, the campaign for a brighter future in wrestling. And I'm sure you're all still reeling from the most fraudulent, baseless, and illegitimate Nightmare Rumble in this company's history.
Oh, come on, there's no...
A Rumble match that did not even include Coda Jacobs, I might add.
He was left
Filled with discrepancies and misconduct, and I want everyone here, mark my words, I will be challenging those results in the courts. You can believe that. But furthermore, on to tonight. Tonight, we start a new era in OVW. We kick this year off on a much more positive note, and that starts right now with the inaugural Coda Jacobs Equal Opportunity Open Challenge.
Yeah.
To anybody in the OVW locker room, I welcome them to come face the face of greatness, the visionary behind a brighter future in wrestling, Coda
Well, Shannon,
Jacobs.
you're a champion. Why don't you get in there?
Actually, it's very vague.
It's both.
I mean, Coda Jacobs is just here to make wrestling great again, but oh no!
Oh, sky high! And Coda Jacobs up, Coda Jacobs down. Whoa, and that is it.
He wasn't even ready!
Your winner, Mahabali Shera.
Wow. Oh, what a rush. Just like the Road Warriors used to say. Mahabali Shera is going to do big things in the OVW. And if you'd like to watch more of Ohio Valley Wrestling, they upload their shows on YouTube at 5 p.m. every Sunday, Eastern Time, on OVW TV. Or you could go to their website at ovwwrestlingnetwork.com. Now, let's have a rundown of all the current champions. Representing Ohio Valley Wrestling, heavyweight champion Omar Amir, who just won his title last week at the Nightmare Rumble. OVW National Heavyweight Champion Jesse Goddard, formerly from Big Brother. OVW Anarchy Champion Amon. OVW Rush Division Champion Isaiah. OVW Tag Team Champions Brandon and Brent Tate. OVW Women's Champion Maserati. Representing SWE Fury, Heavyweight Champion Tim Storm. Women's Champion Christy James. Television Champion Rodney Mack. And the Tag Team Champions are vacant. Representing Major League Wrestling, MLW. MLW Heavyweight Champion Jacob Fatu. National Openweight Champion Alex Hammerstone. World Middleweight Champion Leo Rush. World Tag Team Champions La Pac and Hijo de la Pac. Caribbean champion Richard Holiday. Representing AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. AEW TV Champion Darby Allin. AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida. AEW World Tag Team Champion The Young Bucks. Next up, representing NXT Champion Finn Balor. NXT North American Champion Johnny Gargano. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Escobar. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai. NXT Tag Team Champions Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. Representing SmackDown Universal Champion Roman Reigns. SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. IC Champion Big E. And the Tag Team Champions Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Representing Raw WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Raw's Woman Champion Asuka. US Champion Bobby Lashley. And the Tag Team Champions of the World, The Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. And the Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair. And last but not least, representing Impact Wrestling, Impact World Champion Rich Swann. Knockout Champion Deonna Purrazzo. Impact Tag Team Champions The Good Brothers Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. X Division Champion TJP. Impact Grand Champion Moose. Knockout Tag Team Champions Fire and Flavor, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, who won their titles at last Sunday's Hard to Kill pay-per-view. Now, after Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill pay-per-view last Saturday night, Impact champion Richard Swann was attacked by former tag team partner Impact Grand Champion Moose. Here is Richard Swann's response to Moose's challenge.
Cut that down for me, baby. Cut that down for me. Impact. Saturday at Hard to Kill. I felt the pressure. I felt the pressure of being Impact World Champion. And not only did I feel the pressure of being World Champion, I felt the pressure of leading this entire company of Impact Wrestling into war with the Good Brothers and AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. I live for that pressure. I thrive off that pressure. That's why I do this. I know Chris Sabin, he came out here and he left his heart out here in the middle of this ring. I came out here, I left my heart out here in the middle of this ring. And Moose, he definitely came out here and he showed out for Impact Wrestling. But I'd be lying if I say that whole entire match I didn't have in the back of my mind them trust issues. And who could blame me? After everything that Moose has done the past 8 months, walking around here claiming he's the real world champion, targeting me, mind games, targeting my friends, hell, even to go as far as to put one of my best friends, Willie Mack, on the shelf. Now I know my full attention has been on the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, and I don't even know if everything between Kenny and I is over. But what I do know is Kenny ain't in this building tonight. And so for the first time in a long time, Rich Swann's schedule is wide open. Moose, you wanted my attention. Moose, you got my attention. So what I want you to do is bring that big gallon head out here, and so we can settle this once and for all.
Gotta love Rich Swann's intensity.
Rich, I know you're angry, but let me remind you, people tend to make bad decisions when they're angry. And those decisions tend to make me angry. And you know what I'm capable of when I get angry. Just ask your friend Willie Mack. Now, one thing I heard you say is you want to settle things. Well, the fact is, nothing between us is going to be settled until I get my Impact World title shot.
Well, why the hell do you think I called you out here, you idiot? I want to give you your world title match right here, right now. Let's go.
Rich. That's not how the situation works. You don't say when. I say when, because you're on my time.
Your time? Fair enough. You're on your time. But my only question is, what do we do now? Because I sure as hell ain't come here to talk.
Hey, there you go. You're on my time. Well, time's up.
Well, right there, Moose put a stop to that right there. Grab Rich Swann by the throat.
This is part of a bigger plan for Moose. He wants it at his pace, and Rich cannot allow that, and Rich knows it.
Oh, that Rich Swann's foot caught Moose right on the temple.
And now, Moose is being torn apart. We talked about the image on the screen as Moose walked down. Rich Swann is tearing Moose down because Rich needs to get to the Moose that's underneath all of it.
Where's Rich Swann going? Where's Rich going? Phoenix Splash!
Beautifully done. That's the message. You can wear the finest suits, you can walk around carrying titles, but at the end of the day, this is Impact Wrestling, and Rich Swann is your champion.
Rich Swann means business. And that's going to be a great matchup between him and Moose, and I can't wait to see that. But right now, we are going to move to Irving, Texas, where Charlie Haas is back on the scene for SWE Fury.
Nothing. He came right back at him. I respect that.
That's right. Now it seems they're switching places as Mercer toys with Haas just a little bit, and I don't think that's going to go over well.
That is a mistake. There's a lot of people that you can play around with, and you can do all those things. That's a mistake. But you don't play around with Charlie Haas.
That's right. Charlie Haas using the ring equipment to his benefit tonight as he catches Aaron in that ring apron and then throws him back into the ring there, dragging part of the ring with him.
Well, and what you see there is Charlie is not throwing punches. Those are legal forearms, but they are extremely physical.
Everything about Charlie Haas is extremely physical as he now takes to the leg, that hamstring of Aaron Mercer now.
Well, right now, I know that this is early, but I think especially on that first kick to the knee, I think Aaron Mercer is right now wondering if he made a mistake.
Possibly, if he's in the corner now, falling victim to Charlie Haas, who goes back to work on that
leg. Relentless aggression. When he finds something like that leg, he's going to stay on it.
And he just came all the way north to south across the ring there and took out the leg again of Aaron Mercer, who's now in a pretty considerable amount of pain on the canvas there. Now what's he going to do? We're outside the ring. Grief. You know as well as anybody knows there's no give in that ring apron.
Well, and Charlie will use everything. He'll walk that edge, but he's going to use everything to his advantage. And right now we've seen him use the ring apron. We've seen him use the ring post. We've seen him use the ring rope. Now you're seeing him use the ring itself, and he is doing considerable damage there.
And definitely concentrated around that knee now of Aaron Mercer.
He's pulling the brace off that knee.
This is unbelievable, the aggression from Charlie Haas, and I don't know what Aaron Mercer ever did to him except step in the ring and toss him.
Sometimes that's enough with Charlie. You get in the ring, and in his mind, you're waiving the red tape. You're laying out the challenge. He's going to rise to the challenge. I think right now, Aaron Mercer is a young guy. I think right now he's got to be concerned about his long-term health in his career.
Absolutely, man. That's a vital joint there in this business. Is that knee? You're going to need it for anything you do. And Charlie Haas is trying to make sure that Aaron Mercer doesn't have it moving forward.
Well, I don't think those that you're not aware of the fans, obviously Charlie Haas is aware of the fans right now. But while they think that they may be having fun, they're actually making life much harder on Aaron Mercer. They're just making Charlie matter, and that's not what you want from a man with that kind of aggression.
That's exactly right. Charlie Haas toying with Aaron Mercer now. What little bit of strength he has. Do a little flying the shoulder tackle. He might have been attempting to hit a spear there. Not really sure.
I think you're right. I think he was going for the spear, but that leg kind of gave out on him right there at the moment before impact. He didn't get all of that, and I'll tell you, again, you talk about mistakes in the ring. If you're going to hit Charlie Haas with something, you better make sure it's 100% done.
Yeah, that's about 30% there.
And there's some open hand slaps to the face. Again, I think that's a mistake.
Probably so. Doing nothing but making Charlie Haas matter than he already was, and he tries to go to kick him with that same leg. Here he goes. What's he doing?
There's no way he can continue on this.
Submission maneuver now. Charlie Haas gets the tap.
There it is.
And Charlie Haas for the win, but he keeps working that knee. Aaron Mercer, he has to let it go. It's over.
Charlie Haas has a new look, but he's a tough SOB. And if you want to watch more SWE Fury, they come on YouTube every Tuesday on their page, SWE Fury TV. Also, Hannibal TV shows a lot of content on SWE. And Hannibal is my man. This is Hannibal. Man, he has good interviews. You should check his page out, Hannibal TV. And you can also watch SWE Fury on their website, SWeFury.com. Now, time to travel to the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida, to watch SmackDown Cesaro versus one half of the SmackDown's tag team champions, Dolph Ziggler.
And Cesaro, the man who knocked off Daniel Bryan last week, shoulders down. And Cesaro and Dolph Ziggler starting this matchup at a frantic pace. And again, we're going to try to pin Dolph Ziggler again is Cesaro. You know, Dan, you talked earlier about never winning the Royal Rumble match. You have had some success, however, in that match. A number of years ago in the greatest Royal Rumble ever. You lasted longer than any superstar in history. 1 hour, 16 minutes.
Yeah, it really paid the price for it. But, you know, had I come out on top, it really would have been worth it. And I think that's the thing.
Cover shoulders down.
That's the thing with winning the Royal Rumble match, is that there's the payoff is so huge. To main event WrestleMania against the champion of your choosing, what an honor.
And look at Ziggler now, sleeper hold applied to Cesaro. This year will mark number 14 in the Royal Rumble match for Dolph Ziggler. Only Kane has had more appearances in WWE history.
Daniel, in your opinion, how important is momentum in the...
Oh, my wow.
Goodness! Dolph's chewing gum just shot out of his mouth.
Speaking of momentum...
How important is momentum in the weeks leading up to the Royal Rumble match?
Well, I hope it's not so important. Oh my gosh!
The reason I ask is because the man we're watching right now, Cesaro, has certainly put together some nice momentum over the past several weeks, even at your expense.
He sure has. He's actually, every superstar will tell you Cesaro is one of the most gifted superstars on our roster. He won the first Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
He's still going, Daniel. Look at this.
That's a testament to both his strength and his stamina, and I think that makes him one of the favorites for the Royal Rumble match.
Ziggler at 2. Have you ever been in the swing?
I got swung last week.
Oh, you
luckily,
I actually called that match.
Yeah, we were here, Cole. We were here.
And here we go again. Around and around and around and around and around.
Daniel, you're a big green energy guy. Have we put any thought into using Cesaro to power the cities?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, to be fair.
And Ziggler now rolling up Cesaro. Shoulders are down. 2 counts. Cesaro kicks out. Both of these men, impressive athletes.
I'm pretty sure you could power the entire city of Aberdeen, Washington, where I grew up, with Cesaro's swing.
Reversal that time. Ziggler now. Shoulders down again. Cesaro, cover. Ziggler, cover of his own. Incredible sequence by both of these superstars. Ziggler now looking to put him away. Oh, went for the big super kick. Cesaro went for an uppercut. Backslide countered. Zigzag!
Oh my gosh. I watched this and I am in awe of the technical ability of these two superstars.
I'm sure you're not in awe of Sami Zayn. Cover. Cesaro at 2, kicks out. What do you make of this whole protest thing, Daniel?
I actually would be a lot more confident in Sami Zayn in his theories of conspiracies if he was willing to get in the ring and fight like Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro were right now.
Good point. Sleeper now locked in on Cesaro. Dolph Ziggler looking to knock off Cesaro and continue to build momentum toward the Royal Rumble match a week from Sunday.
Look at the power of Cesaro. Hoisting Ziggler up. Dolph connects with a knee.
And Dolph Ziggler looking for the famouser. Cesaro, though, put him in position for the neutralizer.
Wow, just like so powerful.
Cesaro with the cover. Another win.
Next Sunday, both Raw and SmackDown will be participating in the 2021 Royal Rumble. And this week's question is, will Drew McIntyre be well enough to face Goldberg for their title match? Because Drew was out for the past few weeks with COVID. Now, let's see if Drew will be coming back. Here is Drew McIntyre's response.
I wish I could be at Raw tonight. The good news is I'm still asymptomatic since testing positive for COVID-19 last week, and I'm feeling stronger than ever. But tonight, as you can see, I'm still watching from my home gym. And don't get me wrong, I had a good old laugh at the face-off between Goldberg and me, with a body like a melting candle. But that's the cool thing about WWE. Much like the circus, we've got a little something for everyone sprinkled in throughout the show. We've got the clowns, like Miz and Morrison, and then there's the lions. But in WWE, the acts get to intermingle, and sometimes, just sometimes, the lions eat the clowns. I'm sure I'll see you both very soon. Anyway, that wasn't reality. The reality is championships are never given around here. But mine can be taken away at a spear or jackhammer's notice. I said it last week and I will say it again. I respect Bill Goldberg. But that respect doesn't outweigh what I'm willing to do to keep my WWE title. Check my title defense record. I never miss. I'm walking into my match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view prepared, focused, and with intensity. The same intensity I saw in Goldberg's eyes 2 weeks ago. Not the part where he walked out, or the delusions he conjured up in his mind, or even the words that he put into my mouth. I'm not honestly sure he believed that part himself. I'm talking about the intensity where I insulted you, Bill, and you aggressively shoved me to the mat. That look in your eyes, I saw a glimpse of the real Goldberg. I'm going to give you some advice right now. I strongly suggest you find that guy and bring him to the Rumble. That's what I want. That's what this title deserves. Because if you don't, I will eat you alive in 2 minutes. In case you're anything like me and you want to get a head start on our unfinished business, Billy, and I hope to God you do. Next week, I'm coming back to Raw.
Well, folks, Drew McIntyre is ready to go, and he will be back tomorrow night for Raw. And I can't wait to see what he's going to do. Right now, we are going back to Orlando, to the Thunderdome, but this time, this is Raw's AJ Styles versus Ricochet.
In midair, it looked like. Styles caught Ricochet in midair. Oh, now a brain buster. Spikes hard into the mat, and AJ Styles can't shut down Ricochet.
Somehow, some way, Ricochet popped that left shoulder up.
All right, now Styles. Sense of frustration, but a sense of urgency. Oh, knee right to the back of the neck.
That might do it.
Ricochet's got to be out cold.
All of that.
Covered by Styles and another kick out.
I don't know where Ricochet is finding this, but he is now causing a great deal of frustration for Styles.
And almost stoically shouting his encouragement to AJ at ringside.
Omos continuing to keep a watchful eye on this matchup, and now AJ Styles was wondering, what do I have to do? He just threw this at Ricochet, one of his best shots, and still Ricochet's alive in this bout.
It just shows you how bad Ricochet wants this, how bad Ricochet wants to prove he is worthy of competing in the Royal Rumble match.
Uh-oh, and now loading up for it.
Take it on. Take it
AJ Styles, sign of things to come.
Styles in position.
Time to strike.
Oh, phenomenal form, and it's the recoil from Ricochet.
Wow.
Incredible midair adjustment by Ricochet.
But can Ricochet get into the cover?
Cover him,
Can
Ricochet.
Ricochet pin Styles? Here's the cover. Styles able to kick out, and Joe, it's those precious seconds that cost Ricochet.
Indeed it is, and look at this in midair. Ricochet making the adjustment. Beautiful counter.
But still, the amount of damage done to Ricochet by AJ Styles in this match is what ultimately helped the Phenomenal One.
So Ricochet has got to know he's nearing the finish line. It might be just one more big move that Ricochet's got to execute.
And Ricochet's heading to the top. I think he sees it like, what, maybe not.
Measuring his opponent, now going up to the top turnbuckle.
I stand corrected.
This is what Ricochet loves. Oh, and AJ Styles knows that and able to slow up Ricochet.
And that's the experience factor right there. That's AJ being in these situations and knowing what he needs to do to survive.
Oh, just a nasty landing on the top turnbuckle. Watch this again. Ricochet was looking to strike, but Styles, right there, beats him with a punch.
And Omos on the outside here saying, bring it home, AJ, supporting Styles throughout this match.
Ricochet and Styles are both taking a lot out of each other, no question about it.
Well, now AJ Styles, caught along the top rope.
Oh, and caught very quickly. Bit of a hot shot on AJ.
Broke first into the top rope, and look at the eyes of Ricochet.
Oh, Ricochet sizing up AJ.
Ricochet, he's going up top.
Oh, not so fast.
Oh, and now the power of Styles. Whoa, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, he did. AJ Styles just did that. Cover. Styles puts away Ricochet.
This past Wednesday, AEW held the Inner Circle Challenge, where members of the Inner Circle teamed up with one of their partners to face each other in a three-way tag team match. And here is Chris Jericho and MJF with their thoughts on this matchup.
Chris Jericho, MJF, the Inner Circle Tag Team Challenge is tonight. Your thoughts?
Marquez, please stop talking. I mean, your breath literally smells worse than rats having an orgy in a running microwave. That's not what we're here to talk about, though. Christopher, I gotta be honest with you, okay? The last thing I want to see to the Inner Circle is for us to split up, man, for us to have dissension. And aren't you, I don't know, a little bit worried that the match could do just that tonight?
Absolutely not. MJF tonight. This is going to be something that brings the Inner Circle together, makes us stronger than ever. We made a promise, we made a pact, a goodwill gesture between the sexy hooligans to decide which tag team moves forward to win the AEW Tag Team Championships. So tonight, for the first time ever, the Inner Circle faces each other, and no matter what happens at the end of the night, we have a deal, a rule that we will move on together as a unit like we always do. So tonight, Santana and Ortiz versus Sammy and Hager versus MJF and Jericho. And guess who I think is going to win tonight, Marvez?
You.
Exactly, you dumb idiot.
Christopher, maybe you're right. Maybe this won't tear us apart. This will make us stronger than ever. Because we are Christopher and Maxwell, and we are better than you, and you know it. And we are going to be your next AEW World Tag Team Champions.
This week on MLW, ACH had a match with Jacob Fatu. But before his match, he was attacked outside of the gym. People said that Team Filthy were the culprits of that attack. Let's find out.
Tried to get ACH out of the way so he could steal his title shot tonight. Lawler bitter for being overlooked. Right now, Team Filthy standing by with Alicia, too. Curious to see how they spin this.
Team Filthy, what do you have to say about the floating allegations of you attacking ACH?
Alleged. First of all, I don't even know what that means. Floating allegations. The only floating I'm familiar with is Filthy Island, because I've been out there on the boat prospecting the best places for the biggest and most extravagant wrestling event that we could have. 2021 is off to a great start, and it's only going to get better. Who cares about ACH?
That's what we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's ACH.
And listen, honestly, I don't give a damn about ACH. I don't give a damn about anything except for Team Filthy. So ACH, he can go kick rocks. He can flash kick. He can do whatever he wants, okay? But we are not going to play second fiddle to some second-rate video game character like,
Wow, Team Filthy, they're guilty. You could tell that they attacked him. I'm going to take a little commercial break. We will be right back to Pro Wrestling Power Hour with your host, Tyree Brown. We are back, and welcome back to Pro Wrestling Power Hour. And we are going to Orlando, Florida again, but this time at Universal Studios, where Private Party and Matt Hardy take on James Storm and Chris Sabin to see who becomes the #1 contender to the Impact Tag Team titles.
I think the sport is benefiting from what we're seeing as well.
Look, at the end of the day, anytime you have two companies coming together, combining forces, working with each other and against each other, it's better for everybody.
Quinn, long legs coming into play there as Storm doubles him over now and uses his power. Does James Storm. Cassidy now feeds in, catches the boot of James Storm. I'm sure he's watched plenty of James Storm matches.
Yeah, but he doesn't know this trick, does he? He knows that trick.
He's hurt himself there on the shin. You can just see the difference in the training. You can see where our sport is going with guys like Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and of course Matt Sydal and a lot of these other guys that continue to innovate. Matt Hardy mentioned a big match coming up on All Elite Wrestling. Of course, we'll keep our eyes on that, but the eyes of the world are fixed on Impact right here. There you see Matt Hardy standing at the apron, shouting instructions to Private Party. He has brought them here tonight on Impact Wrestling to challenge Sabin and Storm, and the stakes are high, D-Lo.
The stakes are incredibly high. The winner of this match, let's not forget, are now going to be deemed the #1 contenders for the Good Brothers Impact World Tag Team titles. That's a huge, huge opportunity.
Absolutely. An opportunity is what lies ahead of us. Of course, the next time we're on pay-per-view will be in the month of April for Rebellion, but as they say, we have miles to go before we sleep.
Oh! Very athletic. I mean, it's completely athletic here.
Drop toe hold onto the knees, keep Sabin in position. His back is exposed. What is Mark Quinn going to do here?
Oh, my goodness! What innovative offense. 1, 2.
Not enough. Couldn't hook that second leg. You saw Quinn going for it. Storm saw it as well, and now James Storm back into the fray. And D-Lo, you'll forgive me, I've lost count of who's legal here. I'm going to assume it's Storm and Quinn.
You know, we've lost count, but I can guarantee one person who knows who's legal, and that's referee Brian Hebner.
Fair enough. Oh, was that legal?
Goodness.
Was that reality?
Did you see the elevation? How high he got above the rope?
Big boot boot there by Sabin as the action continues in the ring. And there's Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn, what are you doing?
That is completely out of character
What
for
are you
Jerry
doing?
Lynn. Listen, money changes people, man. There's Gin and Juice right there. 1, 2, he got him.
Private Party did it again. They invaded Impact Wrestling, and now they are #1 contenders for the Good Brothers Impact Tag Team Championship. That is going to be a great match. And I do think the Private Party will win the tag team titles from the Good Players. Oh, from the Good Brothers. I'm saying Good Players. I'm getting all mixed up. I'm getting confused. This is my first show. I don't usually do this podcast stuff. I'm usually on live TV with a guest next to me, but enough is enough. But we got some more news. This past Monday, NXT announced that they signed Zoe Stark, also known as Lacey Ryan, Gigi Dolan, also known as Priscilla Kelly, and my girl, Cora Jade, also known as Elena Black. That's her real name, of course. And I think this is a great move because NXT needs more women, because a lot of women from NXT is moving up to the Raw or SmackDown. So we have to keep the NXT women's competition going. And I'm a big fan of Cora Jade, and this is going to be real exciting. So what do you guys think about this acquisition? Please leave your comments down below. Now it is time to introduce my viewers to Jacob Fatu, MLW champion and brother of SmackDown champion Roman Reigns. Now imagine if Jacob Fatu was part of that Samoan dynasty. What a beast they would be, even though they're doing stuff good now, but it would be even more powerful with Jacob Fatu with them. Well, in this match, Jacob Fatu defends his title against the injured ACH. Let's watch this match.
Challenger here tonight, gasping for breath, collapsing into the corner. And oh man, even the camera guy gets screamed at by Fatu. When he gets fired up, stay out of his way. What a shot there. And ACH dizzy. Here comes Fatu again. Oh, ACH stops out of the way. The opening he needed. I don't care who you are. You go flying into the buckles like that, forget it.
Yeah, Fatu could be hurting for a while here, too.
He's trying to catch his breath down.
That's not something you can just shake off in 5 or 10 seconds. That's something that can linger for several minutes. So this is ACH's chance to really turn things around as he hits a series of strikes here. And the champion in obvious pain, Rich.
Well, no doubt, and ACH doing his best to take advantage with the world title on the line. This is exactly what he needed. The doors open ever so slightly. Missed with the clothesline to the champ, and ACH takes out the leg. Oh, and a low drop kick right to the side of the head.
Fatu goes rolling to the outside. Might have sensed that he was in trouble. Get yourself to the floor where you can't be pinned.
ACH inside out and a punt kick catches the champion right in the snout.
Oh, and he hit all of it, Rich. You heard that echoing throughout the venue. And ACH has got some time to work out there. We talk about it all the time. A 20 count on the floor in MLW gives these athletes more time to be creative on the floor.
You're not going to win the title on the outside, though, and ACH knows that. Quickly rolls Fatu back into the ring. Fatu. Oh, man, ACH.
Spiked him on the top of the head.
Slingshot into the cover for the title and a kick out. I was going to say almost like a slingshot cutter, but you're right. He came down on top of the skull.
And I thought he might have had him there to drive the top of the head into the mat. Even the referee was in disbelief.
Yeah.
Of Fatu kicking out.
Daivari frantic on the outside of the ring. Chanting at the champion, get up. You can tell that ACH is not 100%. He's survived an awful lot in this matchup. And keep in mind, he wasn't even 100% coming in. You see the ribs taped up after the attack by Team Filthy. Fatu charged ahead, ACH out of the way. Nice flying head scissors. Really dodged the bullet there. Oh, the big enziguri. And ACH is as close to capturing the world title as he's ever been.
2 high-impact moves in a row, but unable to lift the champion. Oh, he goes for it again. Almost had it that time.
Fatu answers with a big kick to the ribs. ACH may be trying a little too hard. And heads up now. Pop-up Samoan drop. Here Daivari saying, rip the tape off. Fatu says, the hell with that. The moonsault off the top into the cover. Is this enough? It's all over.
The winner of the bout, and still MLW World Heavyweight Champion, Jacob Fatu.
I told you Jacob Fatu was the real deal, and he's going to remain heavyweight champion until he decides to go to SmackDown. Mark my words. Now, before I leave for the evening, I want to announce my wrestler of the week, Timothy Thatcher. Not only did he fight in the pit, but he beat Tommaso Ciampa on a fair one. Check this out.
Thatcher's leg.
Only way to win, tap out, knockout. It's that simple. It's Thatcher right now on the receiving end of a straight fist to the face.
Came into this match assuming that Tommaso Ciampa would only be going for a knockout against the submission specialist Timothy Thatcher, but perhaps not.
Yeah, at this point, we've seen both these superstars fighting all over this fight pit. The body is screaming in pain. Who wants it more at this point? Is it Thatcher or is it Ciampa?
And Ciampa's surgically repaired neck just smashed the steel.
And there's Thatcher trying to lock in the sleeper, trying to put down Ciampa. Ciampa, though, still on his feet, has a fighting chance.
That's a great point, Ben. Let's not forget Timothy Thatcher, the anatomical expert here, perhaps a knockout in its own right, this sleeper hold.
Again, there are no ropes. There's no rope breaks, and down low with a low blow goes Ciampa. That's one way to break a hold.
And it's perfectly legal in the fight pit.
It is all legal as Thatcher trying to get back. Wait a minute, Ciampa locking it in. Oh, bell! What offensive continuity, what genius to realize the situation for Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa having the wherewithal to positioning, using the referee's body as a fulcrum.
And let's not forget, this is exactly how Tommaso Ciampa beat Timothy Thatcher at TakeOver.
And the referee's up to 6. Is Ciampa going to knock out Timothy Thatcher? Thatcher just starting to move at 7. Thatcher reaching out, trying to grab the cage. Referee's at 8. Referee gets to 10. This match is over. Referee's at 9. Thatcher just beat the count.
9.5, but immediately on him like a rat is Tommaso Ciampa.
And looking for the fairy tale ending, countered again, uppercut by Thatcher. Ciampa answers back with a forearm, and now both men center of the ring, slugging it out.
How on earth are they on their feet after what they've already been put through?
Who is going to persevere? Who is going to knock out the other? Who is going to submit the other? And right back into the cage goes Ciampa.
Thatcher almost unable to defend himself in this moment. He's not even putting his hands up. And again, Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh my God, did you hear that? Thatcher could be out.
Skull versus steel.
Fairy tale ending connects. And Tommaso Ciampa may have just put Thatcher behind him.
Oh, this is over. It's submission.
Now it's Ciampa going in, trying to put down Timothy Thatcher. Thatcher realizing it.
Thatcher's there.
There's nothing for Thatcher to do. There's nowhere to go. Thatcher quickly, though, trying to get to his stomach, trying to get to his knees, breaks the hold.
How on earth is Thatcher still up?
And back into that surgically repaired neck that Beth talked about. And now it's Thatcher, prone and on top.
Oh my word, Thatcher now with a sleeper of his own. How he's not down and out is beyond me. He might be about to win this thing.
Thatcher trying to put Ciampa to sleep. Ciampa now trying anything he can do. And just got wedged between the steel.
The left leg is trapped between the cage and the post.
And that's a dangerous spot to be. His leg could be snapped right now.
And doing just that, almost like a modified stretch muffler.
Hung out to Tommaso Ciampa, that surgically repaired knee of his.
Is Ciampa going to tap out inside the
It's secure. It's over.
Well, folks, I had fun for this past hour, and I can't wait to come back next week. But it won't be on a Sunday. It will be on Saturday mornings. I'll be here every Saturday morning from now on with Pro Wrestling Power Hour. And if I'm missing any promotions, please write in the comments the promotions I'm missing so I can do research on it too. And please subscribe and like the video. It will help me out and get the word out to all the wrestling fans out there that wrestling is alive again. Peace and blessings and peace.